Whee! That place looks cool. I think I've been there. I think I've barely been there. This is where we might get to today. It'll be like really, really close. Like 13 quests away from there, but each quest has been like some number of minutes. Hey, how do you like my new look? Going for like a kung fu cowboy kind of ninja. There's 2 quests to do over here. I think we want to do the chef quest. But, good morning everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. Today we're playing Final Fantasy 14. You've joined the resistance. A resistance of some kind. Hey, do you... No. You're not that kind of provisioner. Somebody here sells food, right? Just need something. Would you sell me food? But my experience. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, whatever. We will play suboptimally today. And if we find a guy who sells food, we'll get food. You want to help, do you? Huh. Seeing as how I'm in no position to leave this stew pot unattended, could you go and ask Tebe for a variety of herbs? 6 sprigs or so of whatever he's got in hand will suffice. It's not as haphazard as it may seem, depending on the recipe. Doesn't really matter what sort you add, as so long as you add something. I'll be here when you get back. I like this person. It's basically how I cook, too. I am great at improving a meal. I also have like a wide array of herbs and seasonings. And I've got my favorites, for sure. But like, it doesn't matter what you add in the end. I think people underestimate the power of onion powder. It's a good one. Especially on pork dishes. Herbs, is it? 6 sprigs of whatever's on hand? Afraid I can't spare that much. I'll take 2 and be glad of it. Remainder you'll have to gather yourself. Shouldn't be much of a bother though. You'd be surprised what you can find growing underfoot, even in the Reach. Yeah. Ooh, fragrant herbs. Got some edible flowers near where I live. Like, not much. I've got wild strawberries, too. I don't want to wander off too far in the woods, because I've definitely got tons of poison ivy as well. You'd think the wild strawberries would be rad, but they're tiny. Honestly, I haven't eaten them, though. I like to save them for the bunnies. Bunnies like to eat them. But you know what? Maybe I should grab one and give it a try. In my old home in Montana, we had some chives growing naturally. That was pretty nice. I don't know how they got there. I didn't think chives was like a natural herb that just kind of like popped up in Montana, but it was there. We also had like natural catnip, which was really cool. Every now and then you'd see a cat like rolling around under like a bunch of bushes, and then you'd peek under there and you'd find the wild catnip. Feel bad swimming in the water. I imagine this is what they drink. Hello. Aha, there you are. Got those herbs I asked for. Yeah. Thanks, that'll do nicely, and sorry to impose on you, sir. Thought you were another new recruit, didn't realize that you were, But to answer the question that's probably on your mind, yes, it's always like this. Never enough food or supplies to go around. All the more reason to be grateful when our countrymen can spare some for the cause. And that comes at a cost too. Too many villagers, too many children. More deserving than us. But a man can't fight on an empty stomach, can he? So we partake, as we must. And we never lose sight of the dream. I like food. I've got like 2 giant heads of cabbage I need to deal with at home. Want to attempt okonomiyaki. Because normally when people think cabbage, they think of like boiling it, and that sounds disgusting. Maybe pickled cabbage? Awful. What would you do? You look like a strider in search of a comrade's in need. If so, I have a task for you. I'm a trainer, and I was told to expect new recruits this eve. Yet nary one has come, perhaps. They were given the wrong time or location. I do not know. They were number 5 in all. They would be warriors. Send them none to me, should you chance to find them. Materials supplier, do you sell food? Sure don't. No, you sell materials. Who would have guessed? I don't know what a splendor is. Alright. Would-be recruits. Down here by the beach. This one's fiery. What? Training? I was so busy practicing to impress the others I completely forgot. Thank you. Ooh, I also have Brussels sprouts that I need to cook. 1,000 pardons. So preoccupied was I with the question of whether Ala Mhigo should be a monarchy or a republic that I neglected to attend to my training. How silly, I know. Till we drive the Imperials out of our lands, the question is moot. Sorry, I'm zoning out because I'm thinking of what the best form of government is now. It's run by ferrets. Teacher calls for me. I see. We were discussing strategies for disabling Magitech armor, you see, and yes, of course, there's no time, if you would excuse me. Hey, do you sell food? No. I already checked you. Somebody around here sells food for sure. My favorite place to get food is the Golden Saucer. Because I kind of don't picture Golden Saucer coins as like real money, you know? Okay. Where's my boy? Is he behind the tents? Snuck behind this one. Hiding around this corner. There you are. Oh, bugger. You were sent by the snake, weren't you? I heard one of the 4 recruits doesn't live through their training. That can't be true, right? Oh, bugger. Oh, bugger. Don't worry, it's gonna be the brooding guy. Although most of you guys seem very distracted. Oh yeah, I've got Brussels sprouts to cook. Never cook Brussels sprouts. Not sure what you need for Brussels sprouts. I imagine it's tons and tons of butter, salt, and pepper. Right? Just let the Brussels sprouts be Brussels sprouts, but like, make sure it has some kind of creamy kick to it. I know I'm late, but I had to say a prayer for my sister first. For what the Imperials did to her, death was a mercy. Jesus. Always kind of throws you off a little bit when the game says something super dark. I don't see anyone who sells food. A bummer. All recruits are present and accounted for. My thanks to you, Strider. Not all appreciate the rigor in which I train my recruits. Some favor a gentler approach, as if the Imperials would be so kind. 'Tis a thankless job to teach, some say, but I say their survival is thanks enough. Fare you well. You're using S words on purpose, aren't you? Damn it all. Where could it have got to? Pardon me, my fellow lover of freedom and justice. You haven't seen a ward of the Destroyer anywhere, have you? Maybe on the ground, as if a certain bloody fool had dropped it? I'd been him. I had that this morning. That much I know for certain, and I've not left Ralger since. It's got to be around here somewhere. You've got a moment to spare. Would you be willing to help me in the search? Spent some time near the Temple of the Fist earlier, so it might be there. For me, I'll look around the officer's pavilion. They're hardly rare, I know. I could just easily buy another, but even so, please help me find it. Hustle, hustle, hustle. You know, when you create a character, you kind of like pick a god. I wish it mattered more. Like, it doesn't have to change the experience too much. I feel like there was so much, like, potential for coolness. For a little bit of a personalized experience. They just kind of left that one out. What do you think? I swear I've searched high and low, but it just won't turn up. This one? 7 L's, that's the one! That's my lucky ward. You're a godsend, brother. Before I was born, my mother made a pilgrimage to the Temple of the Fist, where she, like many others, received the blessings of the monks. And then Theodoric came and burned it all to the ground, that mad bastard. And after him came the Garleans, who cared even less for our beliefs. But I still keep the old ways, as do many others. And when my son is born, I'll teach him the stories and the scripture as my mother taught me. Sounds cool. Oh, hey, and we're right here. How many quests have we flown through? Ooh, we are going at a good pace. We might make it to Kugane I today. And with that, another task is complete. Ah, old. I hear you've been keeping busy. Aye, that he has, and we thank him for it. Pleases me to inform you that our new recruits have completed their initial training and stand ready to contribute. As discussed, Minago, I would have you present my proposal for an assault on Castle Fideladina to General Haldine personally. Oh my god. I am falling apart. Of course, sir. Are you and yours planning to return to Castrum Oriens before the operation? So, why don't we travel together? That seems a fine suggestion, but I must consult my comrades ere we depart. Very well, I'll wait for you in the pass, but not for too long. I expect Kryl and Ishtola will wish to remain here to support the chirurgeons, but nevertheless, we should go and ask them. Chirurgeons, right? Is that how you pronounce it? Never get that one right. Yeah, I am kind of falling apart. I went ahead and burnt myself out early in the week. Had a big project due. And my boss is definitely the if you have time to lean, you have time to clean type. And I'm more of the if you have time to lean, if I don't have time to lean, you have the time to give me a raise type. I don't think we'll ever see eye to eye. But I got some good slacking off in yesterday. Very deliberately. And the best part, my boss had a little project he attempted to fix on his own. And he broke everything. And so my job was to fix everything he broke. And I looked at what he had broken, and it was just a simple, like, CSS change, like a simple styling problem. What he had done was like change it like a super high level. He was like, all tables on the page should do this. I'm like, that's definitely how you broke everything across multiple pages. I was like, AI, do this for me. And then AI did it for me. And then I spent the rest of the day listening to music and thinking how to explain how that took all day. It was nice and restful. Yay, AI. Gotta take advantage of the speed gates because they don't pay you enough otherwise. Is that a miss? I see. That would explain the sudden flurry of activity outside. This joint operation marks a turning point in our conflict with the Garleans. For the first time, Resistance and the Alliance shall go on the offensive and attempt to capture an Imperial outpost in occupied territory. Personally, I believe it is imperative that we offer them our full support, as was the case with Ishgard. However, this is not a choice to be made lightly, nor less on the others' behalves. This is war, and every scion must decide what part he or she would play. I'll fight. For Ala Mhigo, my father, for Ida, I'm in to the end. Choice was made for us ere we were born, brother, when the Empire marched on Eorzea. They will stop at nothing to subjugate or slaughter us all. And Belsar and Van Darnus were but the first to try. Your fervor is surprising. I cannot dispute your logic. At the risk of repeating myself, I am, of course, of the same mind. The present situation is untenable, and further complicated by the existence of Ilberd's Primal. I believe we have no recourse but to directly and openly intervene. Thought this was a foregone conclusion, but given our actions thus far... But if we require renewed affirmation, then yes, I'm still wholly committed to this cause. For it is ultimately the selfsame cause I have served since I first pledged to serve Master Louis Swa in the Circle of Knowing, the salvation of Eorzea by any means necessary. That said, I shall refrain from taking to the field on this occasion. There are many here who require further treatment, and doubtless more to come after. I came here for Minfilia, and that hasn't changed. However, I'd like to stay with Y'shtola for now and tend to the wounded. As for you, old, you are, to quote our dear friend Lord Edmont, the man who slew Gaius Balsar and some half-dozen primals besides. Your presence may prove the difference between victory and defeat. Many look to you as a hero. A great heap great expectations upon your shoulders. But you, like every scion, must decide for yourself. We can but carry on for those we have lost and for those we can yet save. Well said indeed. Take care of your Stola, Cryo. Do not hesitate to contact us should you require assistance. Please, I would ask that you remain here by Conrad's side. We should go, or Monago will leave without us. Might I persuade you to join us, old? Should you wish to give your decision further consideration, Castrum Oriens would seem to be an apt place to do it. You need not answer right away. I'm sure I can convince Monago to wait a little longer. Excuse me. For that perfectly human, normal sneeze. Can feel the seasons changing and that does not do the allergies well. So, you'll be accompanying us. Well, glad am I to hear it. All set? Then let us be off. It's going to be one of the ones with checkpoints along the way. No. Welcome back, comrades. What news? Greetings, General. I am come at Commander Kemp's behest to brief you on the latest developments at the Reach. Our recruitment efforts have exceeded expectations. In addition to welcoming many motivated young Ala Mhigans, our ranks have been bolstered by the arrival of a number of experienced veterans, thanks in large part to the effort of the Scions. As a consequence, we are now able to field half a dozen new units, with more being trained as we speak. Good. I gather Conrad is eager to strike while the iron's hot? Just so, General. He proposes that we begin preparations for a joint operation to capture Castle Veladina. Capture Veladina? That will not be easy. It will, however, be necessary if we are ever to push east towards the capital. No profit in delay. It is only a matter of time before the Garleans learn of our plans and summon reinforcements. The Alliance hereby accepts Commander Kemp's proposal. Tell him to take no chances. Bring every able-bodied Ala Mhigan who can wield a weapon. Pippin, I want Veladina watched. Assess its defenses. Every fortress has a weakness, and I would know this one's. If there's no objection, General, might the Scions join Marshal Tyropin? Yeah. By all means. If that is all, let us be about it. Oh, I'm all about it. Conrad and the General are of one mind, it seems. Only wish I could say the same. While the aggressive strategy may well profit us in the end, what losses will we suffer in the meantime? Anyway, we should speak to the Vice Marshal about this reconnaissance mission and see how he would like to proceed. Yeah. Hi, kitty. You want to do a quick check with me on YouTube and Twitch? Problem with having like a huge lurker community is you can never be sure there are people watching. There are people watching. They're the quiet types. I hope you all are having a nice restful time. Check. Hey, Graybeard. I appreciate it. How are you doing? You don't have to answer that if you're comfortable lurking. I think most people are just worn out. The American audience gets a 3-day weekend. Thank you for volunteering to join me. This should be a fairly straightforward reconnaissance mission, so long as we do not have the ill fortune to run afoul of an Imperial patrol. Come, our destination is beyond the East End, just north of Veladina. Way over there. Not too bad. Working again, excited for the 3-day weekend. Yeah. I always feel like 3 days is the ideal time for a weekend. I need one day to get chores done, one day to party, and one day to recover. I haven't figured out which day is used for what yet. I'll have to figure that out. It should be every weekend. It really should be. I think the main reason employers are opposed to 3-day weekends is that would give you enough time to find a better solution. Not to be entirely pessimistic, but I think starvation and exhaustion is the primary reason why people can't succeed otherwise. I mean, I'm out here trying to be a content creator. Because basically, this is the only thing I can do without exhausting myself. Alright, I'll fight you. Like, I tried other routes, you know, making video games myself. It wasn't too bad. But, you know, actually putting forth a real effort. Instead of just playing video games, just did not pan out. Friday would roll around and I'd be too exhausted to work on my game. This ought to be close enough. Now we settle in for a long watch. That said, it would be prudent to keep your weapons at the ready. In the event a passing patrol stumbles upon us or worse. Upon reconnoitering Castrum Veldina, several cutscenes will play in sequence. We won't make it to Kugane today. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Yeah, let's do it. Got like an hour and a half. We should be good.
Excellent. The disposition of the Imperial forces is exactly as expected. I will notify Father.
How far in am I? Very, very far. This is like the 60th live stream. We're like 500 quests into the game. Let's see. This is still technically the free trial. So we are at the very start of Stormblood. And let's see, put out 10 12-hour movies, give or take. Let's say some of them fell a little short, so somewhere under 120 hours in.
Cannon fire! Where did it come from?
In terms of getting your a bang for your buck, you really can't beat Final Fantasy XIV. As far as MMOs go.
Smoke! There! Is that... Oh gods, it's Ralga's Reach.
$120 hours in and still free? You're sold? Yeah.
It's no use. I think someone's jamming our communications.
Unless you've played before. Which is kind of weird. Like, I bought the collector's edition like 1,000 years ago. When the game first came out. And for some reason, it's not free for me. They're like, you bought it. Obviously, you need to pay the subscription fee for the first 3 expansions. And I'm like, that's kind of rude. But for new players, it's free.
You don't think... Could this be part of a coordinated attack?
Too early to draw conclusions. We must abort the assault and return to the Reach at once.
Yeah, you like that anyone who wants to try the game out can play the content through level 80 for free? And I'm sticking to, like, the main story quest. There's so many other things you can do for free.
Forward! Forward! Give them no quarter!
You're gonna have to check it out. It's a good one. It's currently my favorite MMO.
You! Traitor! Kinslayer!
Although I do like the idea of WoW Hardcore Classic.
You're no kin of mine!
Thought of playing this game hardcore, but I would have died in the first expansion. It's embarrassing because, for the most part, it's super, super easy.
Meffred! Hells take you!
Well, well. Stand aside, Pilus. This one has promise.
Have a care, my lord. She's not like the others.
Do not disappoint me, girl, or I will kill you.
Seven hells! It's him! It's Xenos!
The Viceroy? Oh, you are a dead man! Ah!
So spirited, and yet so empty.
Please run!
Ah, a magical barrier. Alas, it will not save you.
Oh, dang.
Yashola!
Hold the line, Byrolga! Hold the line!
Show them how ninjas do? Will do, Ada. You have a good sleep.
Kryl!
Alphino!
We saw the smoke and thought we heard explosions. Are we under attack?
The Imperials were all over us before we realized what was happening. No one knew where to run or what to do. It was chaos. Lise and Master Kemp rallied the guards and bought us enough time to get some of the wounded to safety, but I haven't seen either of them since.
Confound it! If we lose the Reach, this will all have been for naught.
Arenvold, can you escort these people to the wall?
Aye, sir.
Our place is at the Reach. We must offer such aid and succor as we are able. Saving lives is now our paramount concern.
If we can hold back the Imperials until Father sends reinforcements, we may yet turn the tide.
I'll join you. I've done all I can for these people, and you'll be crying out for a healer in there.
This is the
I
long
fear you're right.
cutscene?
Come, there is no time to lose.
Man, you have no idea. So, one recommendation, if you're thinking of picking up Final Fantasy XIV for the first time, the story is a huge draw. Do not, skip through any text. Read everything. Pay attention to everything. At least for the first time through. Because otherwise the game can get really frustrating. It doesn't do a lot of fetch quests like World of Warcraft does, where it's I need 5 walrus tusks. I need 5 chicken legs. Pointless quests that don't mean anything from characters you'll never see again. This one is basically a book, but it's really well written. Honestly, I think it's got the best story of any game I've ever played. And there's just so much of it. But if you're the type that's I don't want the cutscenes to save me from the action, this game might not be for you in that case. Because the story is the real draw here. The story, the community. Gods help us, they're killing everyone. I got you, fam.
It's all over now.
Get splashed on. The gameplay was what kept you coming back to the game for months. You only started to have an appreciation for the storyline during the Endwalker DLC? Wow. Yeah, I never would have made it. Well, I have never made it to the Endwalker DLC. We should keep moving. Reinforcements are on the way. Spread the word. Found nothing for it but to fight. Alright. The gameplay isn't bad. But for the most part, for most of the game, the biggest problem it has is that fights don't really matter that much. You can lose occasionally, but a lot of the time it's impossible. Those monsters, these people had surrendered. It's not too late for the others, we must hurry.
For the glory of the flames!
Like, the game's kind of designed so that everyone can experience the main story. And so in that regard, main story-wise, they need it so, like, there's no real challenge. Not much of one, at least. Occasionally you need to pay attention to what's going on the ground. But aside from that, it's really flashy, and it might feel like you're doing a lot. But in reality, They took Lise and the others deep inside. You got it. Are you guys coming? Thank you. The skulls. Get help, Rog.
Rebel skull!
Wait until you get to the...
Take you so long.
Wait until you get to the more content, you'll see the mechanics are different and more challenging. Yeah, that is true. It gets progressively harder as you go. I've noticed that. And, there's also, like, endgame content and, like, difficult things besides that. Like, you can do Palace of the Dead, Savage Raids, things like that. So there is, like, challenge if you go looking for it, but in the main story... So far, not so bad.
Alpha, no, I need your help. My lord, the prisoners!
See to your men, Pylus.
As you command, my lord.
Your friends were a disappointment. But you will entertain me, will you not?
If they're going to do the Final Fantasy thing where, like, this is an impossible fight to win. But, you know, you have to do it anyway. Like, if they give you one of those, just give me a cutscene. Ooh. Seven hells, not even Father could do that.
Give me something to remember.
You yet stand, mayhap you have potential. Got a hell frog too. Get frogs. Oh god.
Don't stop now.
This feels like one of those fights that I can easily lose, but just might not. Okay. Just have to stand in the right place at the right time. That didn't feel like it. I landed on my spurs.
Pathetic.
Preordained outcome? Yeah, Final Fantasies love that. But to be fair, I've killed a lot of gods. Somebody's got to stop me at some point. Getting a little full of myself.
Seven hells.
Smart choice, Raubon.
Shall we give chase, General?
Nay, there has been enough death this day. See to the wounded.
Aye, sir.
You all right, lad? To best the likes of you, Xenos is not what I took him to be.
Don't you die on me, Ashola! Hold on!
Don't worry, it's going to be all right. Alphino, Master Kemp is all yours.
Understood.
Don't just stand there gawping. Hold her down while I work.
You just want me to put the sternum back in there?
The worst is past, but without the proper facilities, I can do no more.
Master Kemp too would be better served in the infirmary. Let us take them there without delay.
Give us a hand, would you, Lise?
Of course.
I know you must be exhausted, but there will be others who need our help. Leave these two to us and look to the other wounded.
Y'all like my ninja outfit? Want something breezy, but like full of movement for desert ninja stuff. I feel like this is what a desert ninja would look like. At least if I were a desert ninja. You did well, old. You saved lives. No matter what happens, remember that. Now then, let's do what we can for the wounded. Every minute counts. Really like a linen poncho like this. I could take or leave the tassels, though. Probably take them. See the wounded, old? If they live, help them. If not, move on. You don't want me to tend to the dead wounded? Sure that's wise, General Aldine? These all look fine. Ah, there you go. Manfred lies motionless, having breathed his last. Clenched in his fist is a small charm, which you take for safekeeping. It was already cold when I got to him. There's naught I could do. Charm must have been important. Best to take it to Conrad. Crazy thing is, this guy from like one of the first quests in the game. I like one of the first, but the first time you get to like Quarry Mill in Gridania. Like when you meet him here, he's like, I don't know if you remember me. And I'm like, I do remember you. Well, I did remember him. He's dead. So my mission, look for the wounded, was just to confirm one dead guy and then call it a night. Sounds alright. Nago? Mefrid? Where are you? Here's Mefrid. This is... He's dead, isn't he? Mefrid was a warrior, always thinking about others before himself. He once had an Imperial patrol chase him nigh on 20 bombs so that his wounded would have time to escape. His comrades loved him for it, of course, though that only made him worry more. Did you know that he sent his men in Quarry Mill away because he thought they were fighting for him and not the cause? Well, he did. The only life he was willing to risk was his own, you see. That's exactly the kind of man who should be leader. The kind of man who deserves to survive, not an old fool who's all used up. Hey, I resemble that remark. There's no logic to it, Master Kemp. There never is. Who stands, who falls in the heat of battle? We can but do our best, as he did. Mefrid will be sorely missed, aye. But because of his sacrifice, many now live who would not. And they need us, now more than ever. But they do. Forgive me. I had high hopes for him is all. Okay, yeah, but what about Monago? She's still out there in the streets? Our defeat was no near thing. It was total a humiliation. We were powerless to withstand our enemy's assault. But we cannot afford to dwell on our failure. As Alphino said, it is those who survived whom we must think of now. Ralger's reach is no longer safe. The Imperials may have withdrawn, but they could return at any time to finish what they began. We dare not remain here. Those who are not fit to make the journey to Castrum Oriens will need to be taken by Chocobo carriage. Agreed? Good. I shall see the preparations for the carriages. In the meantime, I would have you scour the infirmary for any supplies that might prove useful during the journey. Rob the gift shop. Got it. For a second, I saw like the chocobo out there and I thought there was like dancing. Forgive me, but it was imperative that I continue preparing medicines for the wounded. If you desire treatment, I must ask that you seek it elsewhere. Ah, I see. In that case, you're free to search the barber and take that which you require. I would not have our people dying en route. I would assist you, but this process demands my undivided attention. The barber. I don't know much about the origins of the word barber. I do realize that at one point, like, they were doctors. Is barber like a code for this is a medical facility? Medical storage? That would be cool. Sir, Marshal Taropin said you might have something for me? Here are 3 acetaminophen. Well, be praised. This should put the driver's heart at ease. Tell the Vice Marshal we await his orders. We. You stole it and the others are safely strapped in. Don't worry, I'll be by your side the entire time. Thank you, Cryo. I'll walk alongside. They'll need protection in case the Garleans try anything. Hang on, you're injured too, aren't you? Shouldn't you be in one of the carriages? Not so frail that I can't make the trip on my own. Besides, still work to be done here. See you at the wall after it's finished. As you wish. Let's set forth at once. I'll move quickly as our comrade's health allows. The Castrum Oriens. You saved a good many men. I cannot thank you enough for that. But the fact remains, our forces were decimated, and this state will not be mounting an assault on Castellum Velladino or anywhere else. We need to be honest with ourselves about our prospects. But first, we need to put our affairs here in order. Afterwards, I'll join you at Castrum Oriens. Understood. We'll go and speak with General Aldine. I mean, this place in the revolution always felt a little too close to the action. Like the day Castellum Orleans fell, everyone should have fallen back into Eorzea a little bit. Since the Alliance has been forced to like be included in this war, you could at least rely on the safety of their borders. What do you think? Pippin has already departed with the wounded, has he? Good. Completed our search for the Reach and the surrounding area. As far as we can tell, Xenos and his men returned straightaways to Specula Imperatoris after quitting this place. Seems he's lost interest in us. Brings us to the most troubling question of all, now that not how he found us, but why he chose to spare our lives having done so. In war, you kill or capture your enemy. You don't leave them to fight another day. Only a fool would turn his back, walk away, but Xenos, no fool. Whatever his motives, this is neither the time nor the place to think on it. I'll leave a token force to watch over the Reach. The rest will fall back to Castrum Oriens. We can discuss our path forward from there. Yeah, like Castrum Oriens. Would it be better to set up like the camp there, or kind of on the other side of it? Feel like you want to use the twin snakes or serpents as kind of a wall there. You need to face NATO to intervene. It's complicated. Ryle is with Y'shtola. She hasn't woken up, but Ryle says she's through the worst. Given the severity of her wounds, we could have hoped for no more. Let us pray she makes a full recovery. Lost a lot of good people, didn't we? Saw it happen. And the Skull's commander cut down Mafreed. Single blow, and that was it. Everything he fought for, all his hopes and dreams for the future, gone in an instant. And you know what? You know the worst part? It wasn't a Garlean who did it. It was an Ala Mhigo. God's help me if I ever... No, not now. While the general's waiting. Oh, Lise.
Were it not for the swift actions of the Scions and the Alliance, many more would have died. You risked your lives to save ours, and for that we thank you.
There is no need for thanks. We are allies, are we not?
Aye, just so. Let us not dwell on this tragedy, but look to the future.
The future? I'm sorry, General, but there is no future for us. We've lost too many. Gods, I can still see Mefrid with that woman standing over him. They've ripped the heart out of us, General. They've broken us. Our fight is over.
Master Kemp, please.
I'll always hate them with every fiber of my being. For what they took from us then and now. Our homeland, our freedom, our bloody children.
You mean the Skulls? The youths who fight for Xenos?
Crania Lupi, the Black Wolf's legacy and our shame. A unit made up of children born to Ala Mhigo dignitaries who came of age during the occupation. Sons and daughters of Gir Abania, raised to be proud citizens of the Empire, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. It'd be easy to curse them and call them traitors. But they're our children. Our flesh and blood. If the only way to forge the future we want is to cut down our own, then...
Then what was it all for?
Oh, you're alive.
Nago.
What will you say to the families of the fallen? To the mothers, and the widows, and the orphans? Will you tell them it was all for nothing?
Listen to the girl. We dare not suffer our comrades' sacrifices to have been in vain. Now is the time to steel our resolve and press on, painful though it may be.
And when Xenos comes back with his army, what then? This isn't the first time, you know. You'll be hard-pressed to find men brave or stupid enough to face him again.
I still can't believe how strong he was. He humiliated us back there. The Warrior of Light included. God's help us if he's next in line to the Garlean throne.
Hey, he just got lucky.
Loath though I am to say it, we should not be surprised. Before succeeding Van Baelsar in Ala Mhigo, Xenos led the Imperial army to Doma, where he crushed the rebellion utterly. As a matter of fact, Doma remains in his charge to this day. Suffice it to say, Varus's heir is a peerless warrior and an accomplished general. The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe?
Fight and we fight and we fight and we keep on fighting until we win. Murder.
Come now, even you have your limits. But then, so too must he. One legatus ruling two provinces a world apart. Yes, divide and conquer. We kindle the flames of revolution in Doma once more, thereby forcing Xenos to fight a war on two fronts.
For that, there would need to be someone left to fight on this front by the time you got back. Look, I'll not deny the plan as promised, and I feel for our brothers and sisters in Doma, truly I do. But I fear we lack the strength to see it through.
Have faith in your people, Master Kemp. Them and the Scions. Hold fast, rebuild, and when all is in place, we shall defeat Xenos together.
If you're going to Doma, I'm coming too. I want to help our friends there, and make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
Give us the time we need, and we will give you something far greater.
Very well. For all you have done for us, we will fight on. But be swift, comrades. Ala Mhigo has suffered enough.
Okay. Goes without saying, but the Scions alone have not the strength to topple a provincial government, here or anywhere else. I am quite certain the same can be said of the Doman Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we can but go and assess the situation for ourselves, see what can be done. Lest you doubt what good we few can accomplish, I would remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Eorzea and her people from certain doom. Her grandpa was Jesus? Brave souls with an impossible task. Eorzea lives on. Our present mission may not be monumental, as monumental in scope, but it's no less important to the multitudes whom we would free from imperial oppression, whom we will free. Okay. There are food salesmen around here. What about you, merchant mender? Just egg bits? Egg bits? Battlecraft accessories? Oh. Tools? Just want to eat food. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life, there is cause to hope. Our grandfather believed that, and so do I. Hey, kitty. Made some adjustments to my mic so they can hear you meow. Can you give that a shot? Meow at them. Meow. Alright, there was a meow, but I don't know if they came through. Before we can forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must first find a way to reach them. Othard is not exactly over the river and through the woods. I'm one step ahead of you, dear sister, or rather, Tataru is. But before we can discuss that, there is another issue I wish to address. As much as I would like it if we could all make this journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, Y'shtola cannot be left unattended. Then I should obviously remain. Very well, issue addressed. You know, Alpha No, it would have been quicker to just ask, and markedly less patronizing. Yeah, I suppose. Would you be willing to look after Y'shtola and provide support to our involved in the others? Yes, Alpha, no, I would. You see, wasn't so hard, was it? Enjoy your trip and don't you dare return with a gift. I would not dream of it. Right. And, sister, old Lise, gather your things. We're for Limsa Laminsa. They got boats there. Figured we'd just take the rowboat that Gosetsu brought. I mean, it's clearly tough enough to make the journey. Alright, somewhere here's got to sell food, right? Retainer. Culinarian. Yes, doesn't matter what. What's the cheapest one? Flatbread? You're give me 50 flatbreads. Where did they land? Dang it. There they are. Look like tortillas. Now they've been snarfed. Like, food can provide stat bonuses and such, but, like, they never, or at least right now, they don't seem to matter much. Dex. Like, the main draw for the food is the whatchamacallit, the experience boost. What is the experience boost? 3%. I wonder if that would be higher if I grabbed a different food. Tataru should be here at any moment with the ship's captain. So we're going by sea after all. Is Merlweeb lending us our pick of the Crimson Fleet? Not exactly. You're right, and as much as we will be traveling by sea, regrettably, it's simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitability of running afoul of the Empire's aerial defenses. But it is equally infeasible to sail an Eorzean Alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice. It leaves us with only one other option. Speak of the devil. Sorry to keep you waiting. May I present you, Captain Carvalian of the Kraken's Arms. Foodies are always 3%, but higher level foods don't give you more stat percent boost. Thanks, Calfee. Caffey? Good to know. The Kraken's Arms? Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates. Greetings and salutations, Scions. Take it from your comrade's tones that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement? Not at all, Captain. Pray forgive my sister for her outburst. She's ever been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, the very soul of discretion, as well as many well-respected personages would attest, from the offices of the Admiral to the high houses of Ishgard. But where was I? Oh, yeah. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you're aware of the certain extenuating circumstances. And intent on securing passage to the Far East, you came to us, knowing us to be the proud purveyors of said region's finest spices, which you steal from God-fearing merchants out on the high seas. Whatever privateering the Kraken's Arms may or may not engage in is strictly within the limits of the law, and set forth by our indefatigable keeper of the peace. More to the point, we're pragmatists. I see considerable risk in aiding your cause and negligible profit. Well, I, for one, think the captain has a point. The five seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor unfortunate soul has come to grief out there on the waves. Why, when we were in Ishgard, I heard a tragical tale of how the heir to the House Durandare vanished at sea. Even now, nearly 20 years later, the poor count remains convinced that his son still lives and would pay a sultan's ransom for news of his whereabouts. Truly a tragedy for the ages, and a testament to the misfortunes that may befall us should we act without due discretion. But as long as you're prepared to abide the capricious whims of fate, I'm willing to oblige you this once. That said, in light of the recent rebellion, I trust you understand that I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can take you as far as Kugane in Hingashi. We will require time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready for departure. I only suggest you do the same. Don't worry, I've got 48 tortillas in my pocket. Should be good. Right, kitty? Meow for them. Yeah, I think the cat voices are coming through. The adjustments I made to the noise gate are working. Don't headbutt the mic. Suddenly, all those hours Tataru passed cavorting and capering at the Forgotten Night seem rather better spent, do they not? You love Tataru so much, she's so cool. Yeah. That said, I had intended to press to the point more obliquely. There was something disconcerting about the pleasure Tataru took in making Captain Trevelyan squirm. Yeah, I like Tataru. There's like no one quite like her in the rest of the game. Like, she's the only money-savvy person around here. Like, these trust fund babies can't compete with her. You can also, like, stitch together a nice outfit. Like, you know, all the ones you see here before us. I particularly like this one. Breezy. But you got, like, those metal boots for face kicking. Everyone else is decked in buckles. New pants, huh? Ah, terrible. They're better pants. But, like, my glamour is better. I say, we should heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations while they ready the vessel for departure. Tataru and I will procure the necessary supplies. Alice, I should be grateful if you would use them. Use the time to brief Urianger on recent developments. You may also wish to review the relevant safety procedures in the event of an emergency at sea. How very prudent of you. Very well. Shall go and speak with him. What of Olden Lease? I'd like the two of you to return to Revenant's Toll and speak with our Doman allies. I fear we know too little of their homeland, and any information they can provide would be most welcome. When we've completed our respective tasks, we will reconvene here at the ferry docks. Agreed? Sounds like a plan. Let's go, Old. Yeah, I was talking earlier of how you don't want to skip the story. Like, if you mash through that, like, the last several quests would have just been go talk to this guy, go talk to this guy, go talk to this guy. Lose interest in this game far too fast. Which was the case, like, the first time I played. All those millions of years ago. Sorry, I just saw some fireworks in Limsa. Is today a holiday? Well, here we are. We'll need to talk to lots of people, so I think we should split up. I'll ask around the House of Splendors, you take the Rising Stones, and I'll meet you here after. Got it? Okay. The Japanese holiday? Maybe they're celebrating the Monster Hunter Wilds collab? Greetings, Old. What brings you to the Toll this eve? What? You're for Doma, heavens! Your signs have shown us naught but kindness, but never in my wildest dreams did I imagine you would fight for our homeland. For 25 years we have suffered under their tyranny. And then we spied an opportunity. The Emperor, dead. Garlemald in chaos. It seemed like the time was right. Beneath our Lord's banner, we gathered and fought to reclaim our nation. But when Xenos arrived with the 12th Legion, it was over in an instant. Oh, Hosanna? What is it, my friend? You look as though you have something to ask. That you go to join Yugiri and go to Setsu to fight in the fight fills me with such joy. Forgive my exuberance. You require information, yes? We of the Nage clan have served Doma faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Castle even. Now it is home to the Imperial Viceroy's witch and her host of men and Magitech. To think that what was once a shining symbol of our heritage, the seat of dear Lord Kyan, has become a den for Garlean dogs. The witch he mentioned. I remember her being a really cool villain. Homie, you're truly planning to travel to Doma? I don't know what to say. Forgive me, I shall aid you in the best of my ability. Ours is a beautiful land nestled on the eastern coast of Authard. Along the banks of the One River, our nation thrived, proud and free until the Garleans came 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood, free to travel and to fish, but travel was soon restricted. Now the river belongs to none. Okay. Where is she? There you are. There you are. Learn anything interesting? The older domans I spoke with tried to teach me about Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I like to think Eorzeans can be just as stiff and stuffy as anyone, especially Ishgardians. But anyway, did you know they eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard, actually. Or at least, that's what I thought until they told me I was holding them wrong. And when I spoke with the younger domans, they just rolled their eyes and told me it was a load of stupid old... Huh? How? What you learned sounds a lot more useful. Unless someone invites us for dinner, of course. I hope they do. Me too. You know what? Black pants actually look a lot nicer than I expected they would. Keep them for a bit. Black mage pants. How do they look? Ridiculous. I think we've committed to being a black mage for Shadowbringers. Still kind of on the fence. Honestly, like white mage might be fun too. Right, no point in waiting around here, is there? We should head back to Limsa Lominsa. Alpha no said to meet at the ferry docks, I think. Which ferry docks? Do you know how many ferry docks there are in the world? Alright. Oh wait. Right. It's a Laminson ship. This all makes sense now. How am I finding the game? Getting to Stormblood is no small achievement after all. I'm still really enjoying it. Honestly, like, pacing myself by playing 2 hours a week has kind of made it easy to be excited for the next part. Find my slower pace in a way. It's actually kind of nice. You are returned, old. I trust you learned much from our Doman friends in Revenant Stoll. I'm eager to hear all, though that can wait until we've left port. We'll have enough time to talk on the journey to Kugane. Kugane? Our spice trading friends have completed their preparations. Assuming you've completed yours, you may inform the deckhand that we're ready to depart. We're ready to depart. All set, lad? I'll see you to the ship if so. but I'm excited. I've only ever made it like halfway through Stormblood. It's the farthest I've ever been. So I'm really expecting to get like super hyped.
12 be praised. Full sure was I that I had come too late.
When I start seeing story I've never seen before.
Urianger! Tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
Nay, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import. Look ye where the sun doth rise. See crimson embers, darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall. See azure lost amidst the squall.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
There's a lot to be hyped for ahead, but you won't speak in detail about it. But it's all really cool from this point on. I've heard many things. It's really hard with Final Fantasy XIV. There's so much story. But like, different people are hit differently by different sections. Like, some people swear like Heavensward is amazing, or some people swear Stormblood's amazing, and like other people will like swear the opposite. They're like, this is my favorite part. And honestly, I think they just kind of remember different points of the story fondly or unfondly. Like, but I'm excited. I know like an upcoming villain is probably one of my favorite villains I've met so far.
Oh, a parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
Dang.
It's beautiful. Is it for me?
I get a 9mm?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow it.
This guy has a voice.
It would seem our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others. And take care.
Yeah, you do think people misremember? You know you do. It's when you started a slow see all the story again character. He's still in A Realm Reborn though? Yeah. When I was going through Heavensward, we hit about halfway through, and it felt like the story had ended. Part of me was like, wow, that was quick. And then, like, there was still, like, 24 hours left in Heavensward alone. I'm like, I forgot this was a thing. There's definitely dungeons I've forgotten about. Like, I've already forgotten the name of that place in the desert. We popped in there for a few, like, side missions. Ala Mhigo or something like that.
A fine day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas. The Misery is enjoying herself.
This part I've forgotten a lot of. I know there's a dungeon coming up.
Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters.
It's gotta be like the quest after this one, right? Yeah, you think you know the zone? You believe we go back eventually. That would make sense. I feel like we explored half of the areas over there.
Ah! Is it supposed to do that?
Not under normal circumstances.
Captain! You're needed on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Oh, for the love of... If you will excuse me a moment. Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
Yerp. What you see? Odd. Most odd. Well, do you have any idea what's going on? No. As the man said, despite the absence of wind and current, the Misery is somehow being pulled off course. Well, why not fire up the cerulean engines you have hidden below? An excellent suggestion based on the knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them. Things the lads saw. Things? I don't suppose I could convince you to attempt something more descriptive? An adjective, perhaps? Sea wolf superstitions and fairy tales, not more. But if you must know, the things he is so reticent to name are the souls of deceased women said to lure sailors to their deaths. Preposterous. Yes, indeed. If it is neither the sea nor the weather which is responsible, then it's probably a predatory entity of some sorts. Perhaps a siren or some such. For all we know, could be a fellow spice trader employing magics to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have but one recourse, to let the current take us where it will and deal with whatever we find there. Yeah, I like her. Got the spice. What a thoroughly pragmatic suggestion. I'm beginning to like you, girl. Once we arrive at our destination, my crew shall remain with the ship to defend it while venturing forth to deal with the causes of our troubles. Alright, fight time. That's settled. I know not what awaits us, but it will rue the day it reeled us in. The Sirensong Sea. Oof, this is gonna be rough. Gotta get my kids ready for school, but this is gonna take like an hour. Maybe 20 minutes if I'm quick. I don't need to shower today. Let's do it. Insufficient item level. How dare you? That's 228. What do I need? 240. Shoot. Let's see. Item levels. There's a 136 in here. Let's see, a 148. It's got me up to 236. We can do this. 240. I'm in. 20 to 30 minutes with a good group. Well, let's see how the NPCs roll. This is a social anxiety run, after all. You have tomestones of poetics, you could buy some gear from Ishgard. That's true. That's true. But that would probably take more time. I'll just put on my, like, healer gear. What's the worst that could happen? Maybe we die? Let me at him. Been a while since I've done a dungeon. Honestly, I feel like I haven't had a good group fight like this since becoming a ninja. I love hearing the sirens in the background, though. Pretty cool.
Away with you!
Watch out, there's more of them! Feel bugs crawling on me. Is that normal? I swear they like waited until I was like in a mission. It's probably like cat fur or something, but like it just all of a sudden started tickling me. Feels like I've got ants crawling on me. It's probably just the meth. I would never do meth. Certainly never condone it on stream. Anyway. Whew. Island dead ahead, brace for impact. Well, that was fun. Seems we have arrived. Go on, greet our hosts. Rest of us will patch up the shift. If we punch them, we can deal with them. That's true. He's very pragmatic. I might not be using enough mitigations. Definitely not. I gotta say, like, Ninja is not one of the better controller classes. Like, there's just a very wide variety of buttons that you should press. I feel like you could set up keyboard hotkeys for this class really, really well. Never played with the controller, to be honest. You keep thinking about it, never getting it set up. You can imagine Ninja is tough to do on controller though. Tons of buttons. Yes. Like, if I was willing to go through the whole process again, I'd probably choose Monk. You get like the same vibe, but I feel like it would be much easier. Plus, punching things is always really cool. Controller's really good though. In this more than any other MMO. The controllers are really hard to pull off with an MMO. Like, the company really has to put in like a genuine effort. And most companies won't do that because money. Like, there's not a single other MMO I would recommend a controller for, but this one handles like the crossbars and everything perfectly. There's still some things I don't know how to do, like the quests on the right hand side here. That doesn't feel natural. But if I were to like play this on console, which you can for like PlayStation 4 or something, maybe PlayStation 3. What is going on over there? Ghosts? But like, the big thing for me is I don't want to have to like think about the controller setup too much. And so like, I always look up a guide, set up the controller how they think I should set it up, and stick with it. I tend to stick with the same guide through throughout my entire life, too. Can't remember the name of the person whose guide I use, but it's already like out of date. Like some of the things they suggest don't exist anymore. Because at like every expansion they change how classes work. But like I don't know enough to say like, hey, this skill is definitely not there, or it's gonna come up in like a job quest 1,000 years from now.
Focus. Release. Focus. Release. Away with you. Focus. Release.
There goes my alarm. It's time to get the kids to school, but not before this. I hope they wake up on time. Ooh, ghosts. I'm about 2/3 of the way through the dungeon already? It's actually pretty short compared to the other dungeons then. I'm like 1/3 of the way through the dungeon, right? If you look on the right-hand side, there's like a list of objectives, and it looks like I'm on 3 of 6. But then again, like, I don't know how long the objectives actually take. Are you forgetting a boss? The Whipjacks. You tend to measure dungeon progress through bosses. Yeah, that's probably the way to do it. I just don't know the bosses, so I don't know how long I got. Oh, that was oddly colored yuck. Can't change up your yuck patterns. Introducing me to black yuck. That looks like a problem. Can't see anything. Oh, I'm gonna die.
Feel the might of the Kraken.
Did I lose? Am I good? No, I'm dead. Alright, shortcut. Can I zoom out more? Can I? Yes. Alright, let's try this again. Maybe he'll pick on somebody else with his shadow magic and I'll be better off. Here's the trick. I'm gonna stand exactly on Lise, because Lise will know exactly what to do. If I zoom out a bit more, I might not get lost in the graphic sauce. That's probably true. I also should use more mitigations. Also, after the spice can I position myself further down on the screen? The solid maybe? Why are you looking at me?
Away with you! I have my pride.
Feel the might of the Kraken!
Please die. Thank you. Whew. A ghost bark mask of maiming. Can I use that? Alright. I don't actually have the item level to continue, but at least I can wear like equipment that's good for me. Let's see. Position myself further down on the screen. Closer to my skills. Let's see. You're scrolling through YouTube to watch something while you eat. You're so freaking wholesome, you're gonna def stay for longer. Thank you. If there's an arrow pointing to them, you should equip. Yeah. I had to like put on like some scam gear so I could actually meet the item level requirements to like hop in here. And so like I equipped like healer gear and stuff to like get in. But now I'm actually picking stuff up in here. Could probably equip some materia too. Might be a good idea. I don't know, does materia make that much of a difference? If it does, I've never really felt it. As a ninja, you use scouting, armor, and accessories. This is all true. Like, most of the time I just equip whatever the game tells me to equip, and we're fine. While leveling materia is not very important, it's really just for endgame optimization. Yeah. actually a little concerned now that I pulled too much. Get him, frog. Yeah, materia only matters in in-game content. That's good. I don't know, if I continue to struggle in these quests or in the dungeons, I might add materia boosts. Thing is, if I stayed with the class I'd gone through Heavensward with, like, I'd be level 70 now, and I think it'd be less of a problem. With the warden's hounds? Why weren't you with the warden? I think he really could have used you guys. Might be as simple as spending your poetics for the gear problem. That's true.
I hope you like it.
I don't remember the last time I got poetics, though. I did have a problem where I ran out of them. You see, I change classes every expansion, right? And so at some point, I spent all my poetics on, like, my astrologian gear when I was going through Heavensward. And I had some scraps left over, which I spent on, like, ninja gear. But not nearly enough. And most of them got replaced, like, immediately by, like, normal, like, MSQ gear. Fleshless captive. You don't strike me as a boss. Are you a boss? Nah, I kicked you and you got stunned. You're not a boss. That's how I tell. I got a nice boot to the head. If it bothers you, you're not a boss. Same applies for real life too, actually, now that I think of it. There's no real pressure to do that. You get all the gear you need from dungeons. You do.
Thanks, Randy.
Might need a few of them a few times, but it's not a huge bother in the long run. Yeah, that's been my experience so far.
Take this!
I hope you like it rough.
Thanks, Granddad.
Like, you guys are experts, right? Do you know when the game, like, gets hard? Like, I mean, I'm losing, so there's definitely a learning curve to this. Who's this cutie? Wow. Head comes right off, does it? Lorelei. Alright. Just stay on lease, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Oh. Stay on lease a little more.
I hope you like it rough.
Making me force march. What's the plan, Lise? It looks like we're gonna march right into the goop. Lise, are you sure about this? Ah, okay, thank you. Wait, where'd Lise go? There she is. Lise, no! I'm bleeding.
Away with you.
I think I was facing the wrong way. Force march makes you walk in a certain direction. Lise, what are you doing? You're gonna change positions on me right now. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Never trust Lise. Stick with the twins. Okay. Advice heeded. I'm gonna stand on Alpha now. At the very least, if I'm in the same spot as the healer, at least I'll be in all heal range. There's a march and a reverse march. Oh, so I need to see like what kind of attack they're charging. Got it. But I think we're probably gonna pull through this one. Let's just pop all my mitigations. Just to guarantee that I can't lose bit. Whew. But alright. I still don't know like what I did wrong with Big Skelly Man. But hey, we made it. Give me some really cool treasure, please. Pants and a sword I can't use. Oop. But I got a ring of aiming. It's not scouting, but it's not scouting. Hi, kitty. You're not my kitty, you're my daughter. Good morning. Are you okay eating granola bars in the car on the way to school? Awesome, then we can watch this.
That appears to be the last of them.
Yeah, doesn't it look like me? You thought it was someone else because it's big.
Repairs are complete, and we may resume our journey without further delay.
I do get that a lot.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too soon.
I remember the sea. The smell of the salt and the crash of the waves as we drew closer to Kugane.
This is such a nice city. I know. I'm very excited about one thing in particular. There's a tradition here.
The only port open to outsiders in Hingashi, across the Ruby Sea from Othard, from Doma.
When you arrive in Kugane, you're supposed to climb the Kugane Tower. I've never done it.
All the colors of the rainbow, all the peoples of the world, all in one place.
It might be the first
you could have seen it.
touristy thing I do. Like, it's gonna be like the one thing I do that's not main story quest or jobs quest on stream. We're gonna climb the Kugane Tower. Is that the Kugane Tower? I have no idea. We'll figure out where it is and we will climb it. Am I actually gonna climb it? Not right now. I gotta get you guys to school, but it'll be the first thing I do next Friday. Congratulations! You now stand in Kugane, the western port of Hingashi, regrettably the only port in this nation open to foreign trade. Oh, and I do apologize for the unforeseen difficulties which befell us during our journey. Needless to say, your assistance in overcoming them was much appreciated. Yeah, don't worry about it, man. I've traveled United Airlines before. This was a breeze. Alright, I think we're gonna grab the Black Mage pants for the future. Because I think I'm still committed to being a Black Mage for Shadowbringers. I think it could be fun. That looks like a Kugane Tower. I see a couple like weird things jutting out. But that is the thing to climb, I believe. And so that's what we're gonna do next Friday. Ooh, before I do anything, gotta be like an aetheryte or something to acclimate to. And it's so pretty and unique. What a beautiful place this is. Now that I've unlocked this place, I can like start working on the thumbnail for my movie series, where I like string all of these together into like giant 12-hour videos. Did I do the event? I never do events. What's the event? I saw fireworks somewhere. Oh, that's pretty. Yep, that's our ship. Alright. Thank you so much, everybody. I had a great time. And I've got to sign off. My kids are waking up, wondering what's going on. This one's not ready for school at all. And we're running late. Very, very, very late. There's a little quest I can pick up in Limsa Lominsa. I will look it up. Alright. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I had a great time. And I'm gonna run. Hang out Saturday if you want to see me play Stardew Valley. Next week, during like the rest of the days, I think I'm gonna finish Date Everything. And I think I'm gonna start something with a little more action. Like I'm thinking of like, what am I thinking? Lies of P is up on the list. Maybe Shadow of Mordor? Shadow of War? Those games are great. Anyway, there's never not games to play, so we're always having fun. Stick around. I'll find somebody to raid, even if you're on YouTube. I don't know who yet. I think if you're on Twitch, we're probably going to raid Sandra, who does Final Fantasy Fridays. And on... She's gone. She's not here. I'm gonna raid Danagast on both channels. He's playing something called Nightica. He's always playing cool indie games. He's one of my favorite guys to follow for indie games. so I will raid him on both YouTube and Twitch. Thanks so much for hanging out. Bye-bye.